Miami, Florida. It's a great place to visit this time of the year, and former Titans head coach Jeff Fisher would agree. One team's losing streak would come to an end tonight. The Preds, who have lost 3 straight, were meeting a Blackhawks team that has dropped 8 in a row.
Where a practice just started a few minutes ago. Hey, Mike.
Amanda, we will get to the Titans in just a second, but first, let me brag about this weather. I know that you're stuck inside on that anchor desk today. It is just a perfect day to be outside and a great day for this Titans team to be practicing some football. Blaine, some positives and negatives to take from this game. You seem like a positive guy, so I'm going to start with the positives. It's always something, isn't it,
That's
Vicki?
for sure.
You know, when you have over 400,000 followers on your Twitter account, some of them will agree with you, some of them will disagree with you. This place is filling up as we speak because here we go. Game number 3 of the Western Conference semifinals. What a night it will be in downtown Nashville. And right now, as you mentioned, Hope, the Nashville Predators are just thrilled that this series is tied at 1 game apiece. Will it be a split decision after yesterday's game? It started to look that way. Chris Johnson and Javon Ringer both carried the ball 14 times in the Titans' win over the Colts. So the Titans break a 5-game losing streak to the Colts. Obviously, there's no Peyton Manning, but the Titans will definitely take it, especially after the last 2 weeks, Blaine. What does this win do for the locker room right now? Well, moving on to college football, Tennessee will host Georgia this weekend. Last year, the Bulldogs crushed the Vols 41-14. The head coach still remembers that one, and he's also noticed how well the Georgia defense is playing as of late. Titans owner Bud Adams is the first to be criticized when his team produces a losing season, but one thing he doesn't get enough credit for is all the outstanding work he does with all the great men and women who serve and protect our country. Who's in the mood to talk a little college football? Joining me now on Sports Central is the first-year head coach of the Vanderbilt Commodores, James Franklin. And James, you've had quite a busy winter. You came here in December. Has it just been nonstop ever since? Their overall record now stands at 5-7 on the season, and they need a lot of help in the division the rest of the way if they have any chance of capturing that division title. A win over the Colts tonight would be huge. They say that football season never ends, and this Peyton Manning story is also never ending. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Rodgers, and welcome to Sportsline 615-737-7767. Let's talk about this Peyton Manning topic tonight. Mistakes by the lake were hard to come by as the Titans put together a dominating performance on both sides of the football. The first quarter of the season is in the books, and the surging Titans are shocking everyone but themselves.
Well, Mike, we know you're the resident sports guy, but what we didn't know is that you're also the weather guy. So Ron Howe said he just left the building since you went ahead and did weather for him.
Well, let's just say it is sunny right now. Few clouds scattered throughout the Nashville skies, and it looks like there's no chance of rain.
Watch
that's
out,
probably
Ron.
the best weather.
Watch out.
Yeah, that's probably the best weather impersonation that I can do.
All right, we'll see you back here later today.
See you later. Welcome to our house, but please take your shoes off. The Titans' Cortland Finnegan is a big fan of Ultimate Fighting, and for one day, he got a behind-the-scenes look at life in the UFC.
It's definitely a passion of mine, you know, to toss and tumble. Though when you're with a helmet on, you can't really do it. So when you get to see it live and in person, and Melvin's somebody of high caliber doing it, you look forward to coming out here.
Melvin Gillard is headlining Friday night's UFC event at Bridgestone Arena, and he was thrilled that an NFL star showed interest in learning more about his sport.
As I started talking to him, I realized that's the guy that get fined by the commissioner all the time for playing too rough. I mean, that's my kind of player.
To step into that ring, you've got to be a bad man. I couldn't even imagine. You know, I do it with the helmet and shoulder pads, but I have all the admiration in the world for what he does.
Now, Cortland's interaction with these UFC fighters has actually inspired him to get into the octagon. And you guessed it, the fast talker was quick to issue a challenge to his favorite Texans wide receiver.
Finnegan gets the first shot.
I would mix it up for sure. If there ever came a time and a place, I would definitely love to do it.
Is this a challenge to Andre Johnson?
No, it's not a challenge. I just said if an opportunity ever presents itself, MMA, and we could do it, I would love to.
That sounds like a challenge to me. With the UFC in Nashville, Mike Rodgers, News Channel 5 Sports. With a matchup against Kentucky on Saturday, the Tennessee Volunteers were trying not to overlook tonight's game against South Carolina. Tennessee had won 8 straight over the Gamecocks coming into this one. And the Vols, Melvin Goins gets it going with the pass to Scotty Hobson. He drives in, throws down the monster jam. Hobson racking up 24 points tonight. Then watch this move from Tobias Harris. Hit a career-high 25. Tennessee holds on for the 73-69 win. Bring on those Wildcats this Saturday. SEC Women's Tournament is at Bridgestone Arena this weekend. The first round was today. Quarterfinal action will be on Friday. Tennessee will play Florida at noon. Kentucky and LSU will play each other at 2:30. Vandy and Auburn will have the night game starting at 8 o'clock. Well, the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament continues as well. Quarterfinal action between UT Martin and Tennessee Tech. The Golden Eagles on the run. Zach Swansea with the no-look pass to Judd Dillard. He had 16 points. Then it's Kevin Murphy. Hitting the jumper, he led Tech with 24 points. The Golden Eagles will advance with the 83-59 win. They will play Murray State on Friday as well. In the night game, Austin Peay was taking on Southeast Missouri. The Governors win it 76-60. Austin Peay will face Morehead State Friday night. And one game that we are following in the Atlantic Sun Championship, Lipscomb and Mercer, and it was a tough night for the Bisons as the Bears win it 73-63. Mercer will now play Belmont on Friday. And finally, if you're in the mood to stay up late and watch a little hockey, the Preds are in Vancouver tonight. This one got underway at 9. No score in the second period. About 3 minutes to go in this period with no score. Kind of like watching paint dry when there's no score in hockey.
That's right. That's our top of the one.
Have a good night. See you.
The year is 1998. The location is Oilers training camp at Tennessee State University. The father and son on the field are Bruce Matthews and his 11-year-old Kevin. Fast forward to the year 2011. Titans training camp at Baptist Sports Park. The father and son on the field, offensive line coach Bruce Matthews and his 24-year-old Kevin.
That's what a father said to his young son.
I call him Dad. You know, every once in a while I'll say it's Coach Dad. But I don't know, when I was talking to some of the rookies and I was telling them to go talk to him, I would say, hey, go ask Bruce this and stuff, which also sounds even weirder than, you know, me saying, go ask my dad this. But I call him Dad, you know, it's what I've always called him, so it's probably won't ever change.
What does he call you on the field?
Dad, Coach Dad, you know. Usually Dad, and I'll correct him. That's Coach Dad to you, so.
Coach Dad spent the last 2 years as an offensive line coach with the Houston Texans. But this offseason, the Hall of Famer got a call from the Titans organization, where a unique opportunity was waiting for him. Before accepting the job to be Mike Munchak's O-line coach, Bruce wanted to ask his son, who's now a second-year lineman with the team, if it would be okay to be his coach in the NFL. And the answer from Kevin was yes.
The positives are endless, you know, working with the Hall of Famer, you know, just like I work with Munch, and, you know, he's my dad, so, I mean, you know, you can't really think of any negatives about it.
I think the negatives to the situation is that I probably care too much. I am definitely personally invested in that kid, and I want to see him do well. Yet at the same time, you know, I understand Munch hired me for a reason, and it isn't about the Matthews or anything. It's about the Titans and making them the best team that we can be.
Every father always wants to see only the best for their kids. But what happens when their feedback could make or break their professional career? That's a position that Bruce is not looking forward to being in.
I just pray that I don't have to be involved in cutting him if it ever happened.
I think it's going to be a little nerve-wracking when that time of year for them. But other than that, I think it's great having your son around. I'm sure he's been coaching for a long time, but like I said, I think he's the same way. He'll be coaching him in a way that he's pushing him like the rest of them, and hoping that he makes the team.
I like it because you have the contact, like it's to hit people around.
I know some people think, you know, maybe you'd have to worry about whispers in the locker room about people saying, you know, oh, he's only doing this because of his coach, he's his dad and stuff like that, but you know, this is the NFL, and that's not how it works. You know, that could probably get me a little leniency in the meeting rooms, but, you know, it's not going to get me on the field or keep me on the team. So, you know, I'm all for it, and, you know, I'm excited about it. Hopefully it lasts for a while.
Over the years, Bruce has taught his son a lot about the game of football. But when you ask Kevin what he's learned the most from his dad, the first word he responded with was character and how to handle yourself in the game of life.
He just tells us to do whatever we do it 100%, but know that while we're here, take advantage of it because it's not going to last forever. Well, you know what lasts forever is your family and your relationship with God. So
I'd like to see them just find something that they like and do it as well as they can. And if it's football, that's great. If it's, well, him, I don't know. We'll have to find something for him.
And for now, it looks like they found each other on the football field once again. Yeah, it was hard to do a story like that and not think about my dad, who was a great Little League coach. Two totally different things. But I also hope, yeah, I also hope that Kevin was not too mad at us for showing that video of him as an 11-year-old. A young Jeff Fisher was also in that original story, and he said that Bruce had to pay for the things that Kevin broke during that training camp back in 1998 and all of the food that he was eating.